Hi, this is Dr. Ogren. I'm going to take a few minutes and introduce myself so you get a little better feel from who I am and why I'm teaching at this time. So this is my contact information. It's also available on my syllabus. Please make sure you know this is my cell phone number. Call it, text it if you have a question in the moment. I sincerely do not want you sitting and wasting time when I can answer a question quickly in the moment when you're working on school. So please feel okay to use that. As well, you can use my email address, which I'm a little slower to respond, but should be within a day. So my background is a pretty varied business background, although I spent my first 27 years in one organization, the National Research Center for College and University Admissions, was a marketing company for higher education. I started as a senior on a part-time school work job, and I left there 27 years later as a vice president of marketing and operations. I grew up really learning direct response, learning marketing, and the arena of higher ed and the transition of students from high school to career and college. So it's kind of the basis of my real early life. I left there and started a consulting company with three partners, more of consulting. We did a lot of consulting for government agencies, for engineering architecture firms, you name it, we did it. It was great experience for me to get my kind of feet wet to understand the consulting side of business. I didn't love working in government agencies and really big engineering type firms where the clients are all just kind of a mindset that was just not really conducive to me. I ended up leaving that organization and did two things. One, I went back to NRCCA. I was asked to come back as Chief Operating Officer. So I went back there for 2 years as a turnaround COO. So my job there was to improve EBITDA, improve the bottom line so that I was preparing it to be sold while 150 employees did not know that, and improving culture. So the culture had gone from this kind of mission-focused organization, really caring about students, even though we worked with millions of students and thousands of colleges and 20,000 high schools. We really cared about helping kids make transitional choices that align to their interests. And that shifted in that time I was gone into much more of a kind of profit margin and revenue focused agency. And so I was asked to come back to kind of recreate that culture, turn that around. So when I teach org development, I talk a lot about that experience because I had firsthand experience at intentionally changing culture. I was there 2 years. I went on to do my own thing then. I started a PhD after that. And I started Spicy Guys, a company that was a seasoned pretzel snack that my kids grew up eating. Them and their friends talked me into starting this company. I had it about 4 years and I sold it. I was in 150 stores in 5 states and was growing it, but really grew that company in order to sell it. I sold it to someone who had a clause, a kind of a 1 year out payout. They missed that payout, so I got the company back and I sold it a second time. So when I teach operations and production, you hear a lot about my framework around the idea of how I manufactured these goods and services. And I currently teach full-time at Cotty College. It's women's college in Nevada, Missouri. I'm down there 2 days a week and I work from home the rest of the time. I teach business courses, a variety of business courses there, as well as mentor the student-run business on campus and lead some experiential learning opportunities for students there. I also teach at Mid-America Nazarene part-time. I've taught there since 2009 and have taught in every business program, online, in person, accelerated, traditional, graduate, and undergraduate, and have taught a variety of courses. I'll teach almost any course except I don't teach economics, accounting, finance courses. So, and then I currently have my own consulting firm, Expand with Purpose, which is really developed around the idea of living and living within, growing your purpose, whether it's an organization or an individual. And I really focus a lot on strategic planning. My model is to collect information from employees up to the board level, where we make strategic plans and then cascading that back down through the organization so that every employee knows where they fit within the strategic plan and have an opportunity to contribute with intention to the growth of the organization. Also do leadership development programs, and I again start with who are we, who are you as an individual, and then connect that to your leadership style based on your personal experience and personality, core values, passions, and that is because I spent a lot of my life drifting into leadership and not really feeling confident internally, even if I was successful externally. That wasn't how I felt, because I was emulating other people frequently instead of recognizing who I am is intentional, it's great, and it fits me, and that my style can fit that. So I teach that a lot as well. That's kind of what I do right now. As far as school, I went to Mid-American Nazarene in my mid-30s with to finish a bachelor's degree, because I was at a company I helped build, and yet people were getting hired in above me because they had a degree. So I went kicking and screaming to finish my degree. I didn't want to. I absolutely loved Mid-America Nazarene. I went on to into the MBA program immediately after my 1-year degree completion. So I was there about 3.5 years, 1 night a week. I walked out of there a changed person. I was definitely two things. I had language, professional language, that went along with my experience, because I had a lot of experience, but now I could sit at a boardroom table and have a professional dialogue and conversation in a different way. Also built my confidence just so much by that experience, and really left there a different person. When I left NRCCUA the first time, I went on to get a PhD in org psych. It's industrial organizational psychology. It's a business degree, and that's my specialist. I really think and live naturally in the space of thinking about how systems and people connect together for real efficiencies. And I just know that's kind of how I work. This is my family. My children are 33 and 35 now. Oh gosh, they're 34 and 36. They were both collegiate athletes. My daughter went on to coach soccer at college levels, and my son is an architect designer. So that's them in the middle picture. We were at a Casey sporting game, and Tiong is his girlfriend. Sean and I have dated now for 6 years. 6 years, and we absolutely love to travel. We're together all of the time, and just have a lovely time. This is a picture with my kids and his kids. He has 3 children, so them being silly, and then I have a really pretty large family. A portion of them are shown here just because they're really important to me. So this little guy, Sean and I got 2 years ago, and he's the most energetic dog I have ever had. And I have to show you him covered in mud because he loves dripping water. And that was actually a picture we saw him after he'd been in the house for a while. So he brings lots of joy to our lives. He's super silly. We love to travel. We do a lot of traveling in our RV, and love the motorcycle. I quilt. Top right corner is a picture of an adult paint by number, which is a silly hobby that I got into during COVID, and I've probably painted 30 pictures that I actually really get kind of addicted to painting, and I can't be in Kansas City without loving the Chiefs. So I want to talk a little bit about my philosophy of teaching. I don't love theory. I understand its importance. I understand research and theory being a vital part of academics and education, but I don't just love to teach it. I don't lecture long periods of time because of that. But what I do is care about why does it matter to you, and how does this idea or principle get applied in your life. So you'll see that show up a little bit less online than you do when I teach in person. But online you see things like in my operations production class, I'm going to start by asking you, hey, think about how you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and list that out. By the end of the course, you ought to be able to come back to that and say, oh, now here's how I would kind of create that process from an operations standpoint if I were doing it with in a more kind of professional setting. So this is just an example of my philosophy around teaching. I care that you know how it matters to you when you leave the course. Again, I'm really invite your questions. Please use my cell phone number for quick responses, and leave a message or text me, and I can get back to you as quickly as I can. That's faster than my email, but I'm on my email every day. So again, thank you. Welcome to the course, and hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into me. Thanks.